you see, if there is faith, there is no question to it. Yeah. So if there is no question to it, then there is no need to ask anything. But if you still have question, then you still are not trustful yet. You still have to work on your trust. Because you see, it's true. You can't, there's, like you said in your question, there are so many paths and so many ways. But all these ways and paths, everybody can't follow everything. You have to follow always what your heart tells you. Everybody have their own path in life. As everybody have their own destination in life. They all have their path. And their path will lead them to where they have to be. So like that, when you enter a path, it's not about questioning the path. It's about listening to it. When you listen, you grow, your knowledge inside of you grow, your understanding grow. But sadly, nowadays people are listening mostly to the world. They will listen to the negativity of the world, fill their mind with negative things, and yet they want to be happy. How can that be? It can't be. If you have to be clear firstly. There's a conversation of Vidur and Maitreya, which is so beautiful, in Canto 1, chapter 13. Canto 1, chapter 13, verse 2. Now, where Vidur is listening to Maitreya, and you can see how he was absorbed in what he's hearing. When he's absorbed into what he's hearing, you see, listening to something is one thing. When you're absorbed into it, something is happening inside of you. What awake inside of you, that understanding, that clarity. It's not about others' path, it's about your path. It's about you and God. It is about your relationship. In your relationship with God, it's between you and God. Of course, Guru is part of God himself, but that relationship between you and God is not about somebody else. Somebody else may have a different notion about their path, about their understanding of God and how to reach Him. But it is their path. You should not make their path your path. The same that you respect their path, so they are happy in it, it's fine. They will try to convert you, telling you their path is better than yours. But as long as you are fully anchored into it, into your path, just the same as Vidur, by listening to Maitreya, he was fully absorbed into what Maitreya is teaching him, telling him about Krishna. That love and longing awake inside of him. And that love, when it awake, there is no question at all afterwards. That's what it said in that verse. After the longing awake, no question remain. So this kind of devotee one have to become. When we call ourselves a devotee of the Lord, we have to become really exalted. In the same canto, same chapter, verse 10, when Vidura visited Yudhishthir, Yudhishthir welcomed him with such a grand welcome by praising him, saying that you, such a great devotee, which have transformed into a pilgrimage place himself. Within your heart dwell the Lord, which is holding the Shankha and Chakra. You, wherever you go, you bless that place. You purified that place. You make that place a place of pilgrimage. This is the state of a devotee, really. when we say that we love the Lord Himself, when we are surrendered to Him, there is no questioning about it. There is no second thought about it. But when you have thoughts, of course, then the poison of the world will enter into your mind. It will find a way, because the mind, it is like that. So those which is clear into the path, don't look left, right. Because left, right is for each one have their own way. So when you call yourself a devotee, you are anchored into that love of God. Today when I was listening to the story of Jagannath, there were some people were commenting about it, and the commentator was telling one beautiful story actually. He said that some years back, during the colonial time of Puri, of course the Western, when the Westerners was controlling India, they tried to stop the chariot festival, but the faith of the people was so strong, that they could not even step into the temple itself. So what was more shocking for them is that devotion that these people have for Krishna. But you see, the Jagannath temple, the chariot, normally is built every year, a new chariot. And before they didn't have asphalt, so the road was not, stable. So you know what the people will do? The people willingly, they will throw themselves down in front of the chariot, so that the chariot roll over them. What faith does these people have, really? That they don't think about themselves. They think only about how can I please the Lord Himself? What can I do to make Him happy? For His comfort. And nowadays, when people look at their spiritual path, they talk about spirituality, but it has become such an egoistic journey, a journey which is full of comparison, full of judgment, full of pointing fingers at others. Have people understand really what is spirituality? Have people journeyed within the core of their heart and really find that supreme love and happiness and joy? No, not so many. That's what Krishna has said, no? That out of million, only few will realize me. But who is these people who will realize me? Is those people which is clear, which is centered. It's not about comparing one path to the other, It's not about, saying my path is better than yours. Do you see all this in the world nowadays, all this, what is happening to this world? Many people don't believe in God. Why? Because of this comparison. Because each one claimed, yes, my path is best. My God is better. Have people understand really? No. Great masters have come. They have come to remind people of the love of God. They have come to remind people that the path is from here, to connect to that love. When love really awake, everything else disappeared. How can you love where your ego is still hanging on you? It will never happen. In Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 17, Bhagavan Krishna said, those who is free from egoistic notion, those which is free from egoistic notion, the mind which is not hanging on good and evil, they can slay, but yet they don't slay. Even if this verse seems very shocking, but yet when we analyze it, here we see those which is not focused, those which is free from the egoism. So you see, Bhagavan have clarified it. What is a devotee? A devotee is the one which is free from egoism. Because through ego, you attach to the outside reality. Through ego, your ego is finite. And finite thing can attach only to finite things. It can't attach itself to the infinite. It can't attach to the Supreme Lord Himself. How would you understand that when your ego is so has a flowering so big? It will never happen. Only when one is free from that ego, But yet, like he said, which is not bound by good, and the mind is not, the intellect is purified from good and evil. So it doesn't mean that those who achieve to that level, as a realized person or God-realized being, doesn't mean that they just sit there idly like a statue, not doing anything. They act into the world, but yet they're fully aware that it is not them which is acting. It is the divine within them which act into this world, and they are free because they don't think of I, they think of Him only. If one is fully absorbed into that, we realize that within this whole field of consciousness, we are all journeyed towards the supreme reality, not just a finite reality. So you see, when you have your path, you have to honor your path. If you don't honor your path, then you get bound into this world of duality and a finite reality. But if you honor your path, and you know that your path is leading you not to be attached into this world, but to free you, so that you can eternally enjoy your eternal service to Srimad Narayana, that is your path. But clarity, like I said, clarity must be there, and also how much you are anchored into your path. As much as you are anchored into your path, that much that will shine for you. That knowledge will shine for you. That divinity will shine for you. That love will shine for you. That's what Jesus said, to His disciple also. He said, to those, the people will recognize you for the love that you have for each another. You see, when you love, it goes beyond the understanding. Because very often you see people think they can understand love. They play a game of hypocrisy. They play a game of, I love you, but you have to be the way I want you to be. So you see, there is always a conditioned love. And very often in many paths you see that. When one is not clear and criticize other paths, that means that they are not clear themselves about their own path. You see, they are looking for recognition from others. You see, when others can change their path, come to their path, then they feel, oh yes, I am good in what I'm doing. It is a psychological play, actually, So it's the same thing. You see people gossiping around, you see people being negative. What is it? It's just that they want people to acknowledge their fact that they are crazy. So their craziness, when people acknowledge it, then they feel happy about it. They feel that yes, they are doing something good about it. But in reality, they are completely nuts. So they are all dirt which is in the mind of them. That's what they are giving. So like that, you see, people which is trying to also convert others, if they are clear about their path, they know that there is only one God, that God Himself is have created the whole universe, and have created this world, and have placed everything. Even in all scriptures from any religion, they say the same thing. God is perfect, He have done everything perfect. But then what is wrong, to tell somebody that your path is wrong? Or my path is right? That means that God have made a mistake. Then you should start thinking about it. That's why when we are talking about Srimad Narayan, we don't. We love everybody, we respect everybody. And we respect everybody's path.